Welcome back to DogFoodCon. I am joined by Christopher, unnamed last name.
Sauer.
Sauer.
Yes.
Like sweet and sour?
No, like sauerkraut.
Oh, wow. That's very...
Well, we decided we don't want to interview you after all.
So what's your role here at DogFoodCon?
I'm one of the organizers. I am the videographer and photographer, so I run around with the camera and try to capture events.
How's that go?
It goes really well.
Yeah.
I love it. I get to talk to so many people.
Yeah.
And the people are my favorite. I love the people.
Who's your favorite person?
Oh, wow.
My favorite person, that probably would have to be my wife.
Okay.
She is a fantastic person.
Is she
Unfortunately,
here?
not here.
Oh.
No, she's in the chemistry space and doesn't.
Like tech
Yeah.
nerds are way too much for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's more of a biology nerd.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
we met our first year in college in our first class, and we both had chemistry majors.
Yeah.
And we figured we had chemistry.
Oh my god.
It wouldn't even be one of these podcast videos without a shitty pun, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Well, I'm a father now, so
Oh, you're allowed.
I'm actually licensed now. Yes.
I'm licensed.
So have you been paying attention to any of the talks here?
No.
What do you mean?
Same.
Okay, so no, I try to capture the speakers and people out at the booths. We've got the ping pong table now.
Yeah.
So I have far too many videos of people playing ping pong.
People love ping pong. Developers specifically love ping pong. In fact, like build ping pong. Like whenever tech companies are like, we need to recruit people, the number one thing they go to is free lunch, ping pong, end of list. That's all it takes.
If you
apparently.
build it, the tech people will come
Yes.
and play ping pong on your table.
I think you could add beer to that list.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
beer is the third thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tech companies definitely like
Beer on tap.
Yes. I'm at a client right now that's one of the bigger companies, and they've been around a long time. And I had someone come up to me and say, "How can you have beer at your workplace? Like, how do you actually get work done?" And I didn't have a great answer. I was like, responsible adults.
I mean,
Mostly responsible
Yeah.
adults.
we put beer in front of you, and now you can't work at all. Like,
I know.
maybe you're the one who needs to get help. Actually.
Companies do love giving beer to people.
Yes.
Actually,
Well, I think it's a fantastic recruiting strategy because it's a good way to get people to loosen up. They'll talk more honestly and openly with you.
Yeah.
You really get to know a person, and it's more relaxed.
do you think they should start giving beer at interviews?
Yes.
Maybe not the tech interview.
Why?
I mean, I guess it could because I guess if beer is offered at the company, then beer
Yeah.
at the interview is probably fair.
Yeah.
But I know at least for consulting companies, if you're going to a place without beer, then you don't want to know how creative you are with beer.
I don't want to work at a place without beer, so
That's fair.
that's why I work from home.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't work from home that much. I do maybe once or twice a week at most. But
Most
I
people
just
are like, what do you mean that's not much? 2 days a week. you work
Yeah.
from
I
home.
know.
That's,
What do you do normally? Like, what's
What do
your
you not do?
yeah? Your
Oh, what do I actually
like,
do?
What's your job? Yeah.
I go around. I just randomly roam the halls of buildings, talk with people, get to know them, just have fun.
see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how many doors I can get past.
Yes. No. Officially, I do dev work, mostly C# front end React work.
Yeah.
But I actually do find very much value in just walking through buildings. I know people on other floors after being at this client for a couple years that people who've been there for a decade. They're like, how do you know people from this building?
Yes.
It's just go around and meet them.
I mean, it's a valuable thing.
You
There's
never
so
know.
many antisocial developers, and they never meet anybody, and they don't know what any of the other teams do, and they don't know what any of the other products do, because they never talk to anybody. But, if you know a lot of people, doing it work, it helps a lot. Whether it's because you've been taking videos of them, or you talk to them, either or. But, people people are more willing to talk to you and help you and not see you as some annoying person who's like coming by to fucking steal their time to get help with something they don't care about. You know?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. And it's amazing how many times your team will be faced with a problem and you'll realize I just talked to a team on that team and they just solved this like 3 months ago.
they just did that. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm always doing it.
That's like one of the, like, I don't know how people in the companies I worked at felt about it, but I would just wander around talking to people all the time, and just like you said, like that was how I connected dots of how things actually worked in the place. And like that's one of the things that, like, I work remotely now, and so my interactions with coworkers are very structured and based around, you know, we're only going to talk really in meetings and stuff. And like we have Slack and things, but like it's not the same. It's harder to just have a random conversation about a thing that actually leads to another thing.
So we have several people working remote out of the office I'm in right now, and we have that same problem with where they're like it's always formal.
Yeah.
And I try to. I've had a couple coworkers that I'll just call and talk to, and like, hey, you got a moment? It's like don't have a specific problem, but we could talk about what's going on, what's on the team. But yeah, do you have suggestions for how to get remote team members more involved with the team?
I would love it. Like, well, because I run an online training program right now, right? And I want the students to interact with each other because I think that helps facilitate learning on this. So no, I have no suggestions because it's super hard.
Yeah.
And please tell me how to
I
do
just
it.
wanted to put you on the spot.
Well, yeah, I'm not-
Yeah, I mean, well,
No,
I don't know. I don't have anything for this really, but I find that now, like, I used to work in an office, like I used to work in Chicago. I would have lunch with the production operations guys, and let me tell you, my stuff got done really fast. Now I'm not in the office anymore, so.
Yeah.
But now most of my team is remote, like not even just me, but everyone's in different places, and like it just helps to like use stand-up because most of developers in any kind of quasi-agile environment have a stand-up that they have to do every day with their team. And it kind of helps for us to just use it as a bullshit session. Like honestly, like every day, like you're not gonna have something big to talk about in stand-up. It's like, well, I'm still doing the thing that I was doing yesterday, and I'm gonna keep doing that. And also, you know, here's a joke. Like, I mean, it helps because otherwise I wouldn't know these people at all. Like, I've never met some people.
Yeah, I think another issue is that a lot of people look for management to solve that problem, and I really think that to get people more acting like coworkers or being able to be more friendly and knowing what's going on with each other, it really needs to come from each of us that are just there working
If
to reach
anything,
out
it
to
has
each
to
other.
exclude managers because no one wants to like,
Yes.
no one wants to talk shit in front of their boss, like, depending on who your boss is, especially. So.
We have a monthly meeting that's an hour for the devs to talk, and it's specifically without managers, just so that people can feel free to bring up anything they want without judgment.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've worked in places where that was a legitimate problem. Like, the boss would be there, and everybody's demeanor would change completely.
Yes.
And like, it wasn't the manager's fault in any. Like, they weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
It was just the fact that an authority figure was walking in the room, and everybody would. I'm freezing up. Like, I can't have any ideas anymore for some reason because I don't know. People just get anxious that they're gonna get scolded, I guess. Like, I don't even know.
I think that they're afraid of throwing out an idea and then feeling like it was dumb. Like, oh, what if my idea wasn't good? It's now my manager knows that they think I'm not good. I think that's where the
Also, all my
beef
humor
is.
is like self-deprecating and negative, so like, you know, the boss usually doesn't want to hear negative things about anything, much less the job.
Yeah.
There was a point a few years ago that I realized that those managers are people too.
Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah, they are.
I'm sure like it feels isolating really to be in management sometimes, like especially I think of like coworkers who've been elevated to leads or like to management or architect positions who weren't before, and it's like weird because these were all your friends before when you worked together, but now like you have a weird position of authority over them, and in some ways that's good because like you already know your boss personally, and your boss already understands what the problems are, but also it's like it puts a damper on the conversation. They stop coming to lunch with you, and like, you know,
I feel like the hardest part of that wouldn't be your relationship with that person, because if you've known each other, then you can keep going forward pretty well probably. I feel like it would be if you didn't have a great great relations with other people, or you just didn't know them as well, then you always have that conflict of, am I showing favoritism because I know this person? What's fair?
Oh yeah, I feel anxious about that all the time,
Yeah.
even when it's not the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying about that, but it's just like I don't want to play favorites about ideas and stuff just
Yeah.
because I like the person. Because I don't think that an idea is necessarily better or worse depending on the person that it comes from. And if I start, editorializing based on the who it's coming from, like I don't know, I feel like I'm clouding my own judgment in that way.
Star Trek.
Star Trek?
Star Trek.
What do you mean?
Okay, new Star Trek movie. There's a scene where Spock is there. He's actually giving out all the... Not Spock. Sorry. It is Spock. It's young Spock. Oh my gosh. Okay, rewind. So Spock is giving out all the assignments to people, and his girlfriend, Uhura, he assigns her to like a lower class ship, and she's like, I'm top of my class. I should be on the Enterprise. And he's like, I tried not to show favoritism. She's like, no, I'm on the Enterprise.
Yeah.
And it's like that same situation where he's like, I don't want people to think that because I know you were...
Yeah, that's not fair either. Like, yeah, like, I don't know, like, okay, we were playing a game last night, right? And I know you, and like, it's literally judging who hit the thing first. And like, I was inclined to go like, she's out, like she messed up because like I didn't want the table to feel like I was playing favorites. And that's not fair to anybody. That's stupid.
I felt like you were playing unfavorites.
See?
Unfavorites,
Exactly.
yes.
Well, I'm Spock in this scenario.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like, okay, so like I run training classes and stuff, right? And I think that the most important thing you can do is get people talking and being friendly and exchanging ideas and stuff. And like what I have found is that as the instructor, the best thing I can do is leave the room for a long time.
Oh, and you do.
Wow.
Yeah. Because like because that same thing we're talking about, like people freeze up whenever an authority figure, like whatever. I'm not the authority figure in this scenario, but like people, whatever, the teacher or whatever, and so people think that, and then they stop talking, right? And like if just literally leaving the room forces them to interact with each other, and suddenly they're friends. Yeah. Right? Like they're talking to each other, and then it's way easier to teach them stuff. Because like one thing I like to do is, okay, somebody asks me a question, right? Like I would much prefer to point you to another student that would know the answer to that, because it gives them practice talking about it. And just like hearing the same words from a peer is far more, like people are way more receptive to that in some ways, because like people don't know things, and it's just better if people are relaxed and they get practice talking and stuff, and like that camaraderie I feel like is super important to building any kind of team.
Yeah,
like,
that is fantastic. I've never thought about something like that before. There's always the icebreaker, and it's like some kind of game, or in the worst case, give me your name and your company, and then you go on. It didn't actually break any ice. You just introduced yourself.
Yeah.
But so do you ever come back and the room is just quiet and they're just sitting there on laptops?
No. Like, I mean, yes, of course. Like, there were times whenever that would happen. But really, like, the reason I started to do it was, like, I would just leave. Like, it helps me think to walk, right? Yeah. So, like, I would go walk and stuff. And then I would come back and I'd realize everybody's not talking. Even though whenever I was sitting there, everybody was frozen and not speaking. And, like, not, it's not helpful to just read things to learn them. It's way more helpful to talk about it with another person. So, like, I found I got way better results by leaving.
I really want to try this sometime.
Yeah, by the time anybody realized they had a question, he was 4 blocks away.
Yeah.
Like,
Best instructor. Best instructor. Didn't even, just showed up long enough to let him know you're in the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll notice if you leave, but not till later.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, that's good.
Well, we're really testing these mics today because there's a lot of noise back here. I don't know if...
Yeah, it's pandemonium.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Pandemonium at DogFoodCon.
They're eating regular food.
I'm set for some regular food
They're not
soon.
even eating their own dog.
Well, thank you for joining us. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You have anything you want to promote?
YouTube.
Just anybody.
Just go to YouTube. It's fantastic. No. Am I allowed to promote myself? All the way. Okay. Find my YouTube videos at youtube.com/JEMKEGAWA. Jem Kagawa.
Okay.
Yes. Well, I probably should have had you introduce me like that.
Yep. Sure.
Fantastic.
This is Jem Kagawa.
Yep, that's me.
That's how my dad pronounces everything too. I guess this is just part of the thing.
Just-
Sons pronouncing things badly equals dad.
Just go to YouTube and look for blue hair.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.